I got some sad news in the college basketball world today. Bob Knight has passed away at 83 years old. He was dealing with a lingering illness, that's his family said. And he was 83 years old. He left a legacy. And I know he had some outbursts like throwing the chair across the court and getting in trouble with Indiana. He was dismissed after he was one of the former players claimed that Bob Knight choked the guy in 1997 during a practice, and everything. But the dude knew how to win. I mean, 5 Final Fours and 3 national titles, including the undefeated 1976 Indiana team. Yeah, that was the last team that went undefeated and won the national title. He was the guy. He was at Ohio State when he played basketball at Ohio State from 1959 to 1962. He was a forward. Like, his coaching career included 1962 to 1963 as an assistant coach at Cuyahoga Falls High School, which Cuwahooga. I apologize if I mispronounced the name. He was at Army from 1963 to 1955 as an assistant, but he became a full-time head coach from 1965 to 1971 as head coach. Then he had his long tenure in Indiana from 1971 to 2000. And then after Indiana's incident, he went to Texas Tech from 2001 to 2008. He had 902 wins and 371 losses with a 70.9% winning percentage. That's quite impressive. He also won a national title as a player in 1960. He won 11 Big Ten titles. I mean, and he was inducted in the College Basketball Hall of Fame in 2006 and the Basketball Hall of Fame in 1991. Yeah, he actually coached Mike Krzyzewski when Mike Krzyzewski was in college at Army. That's just a notable guy right there. Just wow. And of course, ESPN hired him as a studio analyst from 2008 and then of course in 2015 ESPN did not renew it. And in February 27, 2019, an Indiana announcer since 1974 during an interview with that Bob Knight was dealing with in ill health, and his health was declining at the time. Of course, he made his public appearance for the first time at Indiana at a basketball game on February 8, 2020, 20 years since his last dismissal. He ran like a motion offense, and he was an innovator of that, setting screens and perimeter player. There's passing the ball until a teammate becomes wide open for a jump shot or a layup. Of course, it just required to be unselfish, disciplined, and effective in setting and using screens. So yeah, he did like reverse action, and he was more on defensive side of things. He was a tenacious man-to-man defense, where every defender contested every pass and every shot. Yeah, and he did also include a firm emphasis on academics. All but 4 of his players completed their degrees, and nearly 80% of his players graduated, which was higher than the national average of 42% for Division I schools. So, yeah, and of course he coached Mike Krzyzewski. His other coaches that he did assistant coaches or players and managers were like Steve Alford, Murray Bartow, Dan Doncic, NBA coaches Randy Whitman, Mike Woodson, Keith Smith, Isaiah Thomas, and Marty Simmons, Jim Crews, Lawrence Frank, and former Texas Tech and Ole Miss coach, as well as the Texas coach. Let's not forget. I mean, because he left. I mean, like Texas head coach after that scandal. I mean, what happened last year? Chris Beard. So he has definitely impacted a lot of lives in the college basketball community, and of course, as a person, as a friend, as a family, like to his family as well. I mean, he's the fourth all-time winningest, uh, uh, like, and coach in all-time history. Like only like Mike Krzyzewski, Jim Boeheim, and Roy Williams are the other guys. He even passed Dean Smith in 2007 when he was at Texas Tech. So yeah, just impressive. And he had charitable donations too. I mean, that's the thing. So he gave back to the community, and it's a very sad day to have him gone from the college basketball community, and not just from him as a college basketball community, but immediate family, immediate friends. So let's send our prayers to Bob Knight and his family. And rest in peace, Bob Knight. You have left your legacy, not just as a coach, but as a person.